Wow. Thank you all for being here so much. Appreciate it. What a great day. What a great game. The atmosphere was incredible. That's been my dream and vision since I got here. And the way this team plays is caught in the attention of people, in this community. And there's definitely a buzz and a vibe that makes a difference. Thank you, Sharma. Getting old is no fun. But that was a great game. And I think the reason that it means so much, too, is that we did it beating Stanford. They've been just the elite program, not only in our conference, but in the country for years. And so much respect for them and the way they play, the way they compete. And, it's why it means more to do this, to beat them. But incredibly proud of my team. That was a good game, battled. And maybe in years past we would have folded when they went on some runs, and we just kept answering. And when they cut it, they tied it, I think. And we called timeout, and G hit that big three, and we just kept answering. And that's what good teams do, and that's what great players do. So proud of our team, and so grateful for the atmosphere today and those that came out, and all of you here. Thank you.
And they get it down to one. You needed
one.
You needed stops, and you managed to get 2 steals, and then you got the offensive foul on Stanford. Just kind of walk us through those last few minutes, just kind of what you were hoping to get out of the team.
Well, I thought our defense, we did a good job on them. I think we, down the stretch, we knew it was going to go to Haley Jones and Brink or Hannah Jump, and I thought our players did a great job with that. And, I think it was just a matter of the ability to just stay focused and not get tight. But we hit big shots, and we made our free throws for the most part. But we got to the line. We were attacking. The difference this game, I think, than in past that we played them, we weren't tentative. We were going at them. We just did a good job. And, the last 2 minutes, it's kind of a blur in terms of the specifics right now. But I remember big shots and big stops. I thought Deja Young was huge tonight. We got Jenna Johnson had 3 fouls, or 2 fouls in the first half. Liz had 3, and then Jenna got 4 really quickly. And so Deja just did a tremendous job. And then down, in the second half, she wanted to guard Brink, and she had 6 inches on her, but Deja had a lot of heart there and physicality. So even though her numbers maybe don't show up, she was a key to winning for sure.
Lynn, when we spoke to you on Tuesday, you spoke of wanting, that watershed moment. But
yeah.
Could you have ever envisioned what it would be like with the crowd and the trophy and you, essentially the mayor, on the floor with autographs and everything?
Yeah, I did envision it. I think, to create something, you got to have a vision, and I did envision it. And sometimes people would, told me I was crazy to think that was possible. But I knew it was, and incredibly satisfying for it to happen.
How important is it, or was it through the years, through some of the lesser years, to protect your vision and to still believe that it could happen?
Yeah, I think that's my job, and I'm stubborn. And I wouldn't believe that it couldn't happen. I knew that we could do it. I knew it could happen. I think Salt Lake City is an incredible place, and they love their Utes. And I knew that. That's one of the reasons I took this job. And I knew it was a challenge, but if you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to show you that we can. So, I think you have to maintain truth to your vision and just work your tail off.
Coach, Kennedy had 6 steals. Her big
key
impact.
Ones too.
Yeah, especially down the stretch. I was hoping to kind of, from all 3 of you, get some comments on how important Kennedy has been on defense this year, and maybe some anecdotes from practice or other games where she's come up as big as she came up tonight. Yeah,
she just plays so hard, and you can't coach that. And that's a luxury I have with this team. I don't have to coach effort ever. Haven't had to one drill, 1 day of practice, 1 game. We've had dips in intensity, but not effort. Kennedy kind of, I think, is the leader in that category. But she had some huge steals at key moments. They called timeout. Kennedy comes up with a steal. She read the play, and we'd gone over it in the scout. But, just her motor. Coaches always talk about motor and just how the motor that kids play with, and she's got the highest motor I've ever been around.
How much does the tone of a game change when it's a tight whistle and there's a lot of fouls being called early?
I thought the officials did a good job, and it's one of those things as coaches and as players you have to adjust, and it wasn't one-sided tight, it was both-sided, so that's and they were, it wasn't like one official was calling it tight and the other two weren't. Like they called a clean game, and some of those calls we didn't like, but that's the nature of the game, and when you go back and watch, there's probably only like 2 or 3 ones that maybe weren't good on both ways, but I thought it was a well-officiated game. They kept it clean.
Gianna, obviously speaking about the officiating, Alyssa gets 3 fouls early in the second quarter. Did you kind of feel pressure to just, I got to score, I got to do this, kind of rally the team, or kind of what was your thoughts in this game?
I wouldn't say pressure because she was out against Arizona State, and the whole time we just talked about how it's not going to be one person. So just trusting each other that we'd all step up and make plays, and we ended up doing that.
Each time one of those 3-pointers went in, just the emotions for you. This is why you came to Utah as well, is to kind of have one of these moments. What was it like for you to be able to have that?
Yeah, it's incredible, and just the trust Coach Rob has in me and all of us. I think that's why we also do so well, because we don't have to play tentative out there where we can just play free. So it was awesome, and having that crowd just elevated it in like infinity. So yeah.
Alyssa, you had a physical game down there, especially with Cameron. She's tough, but you kept fighting down there, and you kind of had to play a little bit more reserved in the second half. But kind of talk about what you were able to do today.
I just did what I could, really. Getting those 3 fouls quick kind of, slowed me down a little bit, but I knew when I came in that my coach trusted me not to make any more dumb fouls, so I just went out there and just was standing with my hands up.
Lynn, just given your relationship with Tar, and
Yeah.
you and I have spoken about that before. Just what are the emotions right now doing this against Stanford at her expense, essentially?
Yeah, Tara's the best, and she's just been such an ambassador for our conference for years and for women in this profession, and she's been a huge resource for me. If I call her, she'll pick up, and it's nice to have the best to ever do it be your phone friend. But it means a lot to beat them, and I know we shared the title with them, but the shirt still says the same thing, so it matters. But I can't even articulate just kind of the respect I have for her. But she's just a great human too. She's funny. She's got integrity. She does things the right way and always has. And that's somebody that I want to be like. I want to be like that too.
Lynn, with all the fouls and just everybody kind of on both sides, was that kind of one of the biggest chess matches you've ever had to really be a part of?
Yeah, it certainly was that. And they're just so huge. It's like someone, 6'6" subs out and 6'6" subs in, and it's a challenge. And they're very disciplined defensively, and they're long, and some of the stuff that maybe is easier to get against other teams is really hard to get against them. And I knew we had to shoot well, draw their bigs out, but our two, Jenna and Alyssa go 4 for 5 from 3-point line. That's tough on a defense when you're that big. But yeah, it was definitely a chess match down the stretch, and I've scouted these guys for 8 years, and they're so good coming out of timeout. So, yeah.
You mentioned that they're disciplined defensively, and the same's true offensively. But you guys were able to force 21 turnovers, score 26 points on those turnovers. What really kind of keyed your success in being able to disrupt that offense so consistently through 4 quarters?
Well, we kind of came at this game with a different defensive approach, something that we'd never really done before. And, you know, with a quick 24-hour turnaround, our players were able to buy into it, and it was really effective. And, you know, I think we caught them off guard a little bit with how we were defending, but, yeah, 21 turnovers, that is not normal for them. And conversely, we only had 10, and I think that's where, you know, the game was won.
Gianna, what is it like kind of having Kennedy in practice, watching her intensity, and maybe even at times being guarded by her?
Yeah, I mean, she makes all of us better each day. Like, Kennedy uses her athleticism super well to get boards and just scrap on defense. So you can watch her and take pointers from her, but also just like going against her makes you better because she's not going to give you easy looks. So she's really fun to have as a teammate.
Coach, we just talk about Peyton McFarland for a second. You know, obviously Kelsey almost like get those early
Yeah.
fouls, and then you put Peyton in. What did you see from her tonight that you liked?
I mean, what a luxury for me, right? To have 6'4" off the bench with Pac-12 experience. And I'm proud of Peyton. She's done a nice job of hanging in there. You know, she tore her ACL last year in the Pac-12 tournament, and she was playing the best basketball of her life at that point. And, you know, coming back from ACL is hard. It's as much mentally challenging as it is physically. And so when she got finally cleared, like, okay, you're good to go, we were in Pac-12 play. And that's a tough time to jump in. And so it's, you know, I think she's been challenged, you know, her swagger and confidence has been a little up and down, but she's done a nice job. And I thought she did a great job there in that second quarter. And again, how lucky are we to have that? And we're going to need her. I mean, this is not going to be a one and done thing, but I'm proud of her.
Building an audience, I think, sometimes starts within, and obviously you have a lot of the teams here at Utah coming in and watching what you guys do, but what does it mean, especially when it's like the stars? It's Cameron Rising, it's Miley O'Keefe, taking time out of their day to come and watch you guys play.
I mean, it's awesome. I think it's, you know, these players have earned it, and there's a buzz, and like we were just saying, like there's that kind of swell of attention and people tracking. And, you know, that's what I love about Salt Lake City, and that's what I love about University of Utah, that our starting quarterback comes to our games. And, you know, I got texts from other head coaches this morning, good luck, go get it. You know, Beth Lanier was one of the first ones to give me a big hug after the game. Like, that's what makes this place cool, and that's why I love being here. It's you know, people talk family atmosphere and all that, but it really is. And everybody wants the other programs to do well, and we're all in this together. It's a special place, and that's why I think we all love being here.
And talk about Holly Rowe came and visited and gave some words of encouragement, advice. You know, again, that's another big Utah piece of the puzzle. You know, what's it like having someone like her take interest in what you guys do?
I mean, it's just that snowball of momentum, and it takes people like that to, you know, kind of springboard and propel what you're trying to get out there. And Holly's awesome. You know, she's a Ute alum and one of the biggest names in sports broadcasting, and just so genuine, and her, you know, pride in our program as an alum. And so, you know, for her to do that, and then David Locke with the Utah Jazz, he, you know, purchased a bunch of tickets for people if they hit him up. He could, like, people that, you know, that's what makes Salt Lake City so cool. That's, I mean, I can't say enough. And you know, we just got to keep it going, but I'm so grateful for people like that.